Hi, how are you? Good to see you again. Always a pleasure. Mail call. The knife that almost wasn't. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the whorehouse not a creature was stirring, not one pubic louse. Honey was nestled asleep in her bed with visions of a collie tongue giving her... Oh my gosh, wrong channel. You know, that's a... years ago, that's a poem that was written in Hustler magazine. Honey the Hustler. Yeah, I remember it, all of it. I probably shouldn't have said it. That's okay, there's a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have done. Mail call, the knife that almost wasn't. Here's what happened. Bought it from DLT. DLT did their thing. They did it perfectly, okay? Sent it to my P.O. box. In the P.O. box, the way it works, this box is too big for the P.O. box. What they do is they put it in, they put a key to a parcel locker. And you get from out of the box, you get the key and you open up your, and you get the box. Well, that's fine, but apparently what had happened was they put the key, when they put the key in the parcel locker, they didn't put the key in my box, they put it in the box next to it. So that person didn't look at it immediately, that was yesterday, and got his mail and got my knife, and I was like, huh, well this sucks. Postal clerk was 21 and said they'll pay for it, and I no doubt they will, but just for shits and grins, in case the statute of limitations ran out, I went ahead and filed a claim. You never know, people change their mind. So, come to find out today, the fella, he was an older fella, and at first he said, no, I don't know where it's at. I didn't see it, I'll look for it, blah, blah, blah. All right. Well, he came by today and, small town, everybody kind of knows where everybody's at. And I guess that's a benefit, more than a blessing than a curse. And he brought it to me, and I'm like, cool, wasn't even opened. So at first I thought, well, I'm screwed. I am so screwed. Bunch of red tape. Contacted the post office and on the claim, and they, oddly enough, I don't know how far, they would take their promptness, but they sent emails back the next day and said, we're on this and we'll be on it till the very end, and they actually called the postal clerk, she told me, and I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you in trouble, I just have to cover my ass. You always need to cover your ass, Always look after you, even though it may hurt looking after you and not looking after others, but that's not the point, and so who cares? Blah, 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 blah. It's raining. That's that little tink, tink, tink you hear, the drops, but yesterday, boy, it rained, and it rained, and it rained, and it rained. I slept right through it, but that's okay. That's what sleeping is for rainy days. All right, enough bullshit, enough running my fucking mouth. I'm going to spray some bug shit on me. Not actual bug shit, just, shit that keeps the bugs away. And let's move the camera and we'll take a look at this knife. Hold that thought. Some guy the other day, C-Ray, something like Cray, I don't fucking know. He left me a message, which I approved. I even pinned it to the top, and he says, that's not how you do a knife review. All you do is showing your opening and closing and cutting paper. How about cutting wires and thin sheet metal? And, I'm like, well, how about using tin snips and wire cutters to cut your wires instead of a knife? Don't fucking excuse me. I don't care. I burped. Get over it. So anyway, so here we go, okay. These are like knives I'm going to compare it to. We'll get these out of the way and we'll look at those later. This is the Benchmade. Benchmade full immunity. It comes in different colors. I kind of, I'm not a fan of green, but I kind of like the green that, they have. It's so on and so forth. I got notes. Yay me, I got notes. Okay. Now this, I admit, I think that this knife, as small as it is not a $270 knife. That's just what I think. It does have, it's small, but there is a lot of quality to it. So, I've had knives that are small, like the Fox Vox, the Subaru, and it has a lot of quality to it, and I think I paid about the same thing. So, I'm not really going to look at the size. I've had the McBee in one of those Medfords, and it's a little itty-bitty knife. So I'm not really going to judge it by that. This is a spiffy knife. It has a lot of spiffy to it. The pocket clip you can put left or right. So you left or right-handed people, you can open it left or right, and you can close it left and right. Especially with this axis lock, which gives you access. Isn't that funny? It gives you access to left or right. I see another mosquito. Hold that thought. Let's fumigate the area. Fumigate me. Okay. Now, oh my gosh. Wow. I inhaled when I shouldn't have. That shit is nasty. Woo! That's a people deterrent also. There was no breeze blowing and it just kind of lingered here. Maybe that's good. Yeah. This close is 3.46. Not bad. Now, I don't have the hugest hand in the world, so this 3.46, it does really good. It covers, I can get, 3 fingers on here. My little finger is hanging over the edge. Overall, now it has a 2.9-inch blade. A spiffy blade. Okay? It's a Wharncliffe. I'm liking me a good Wharncliffe. This thing is nice and colorful. The colors pop. They even pop on the green one and they pop on the copper looking one. Okay? So yeah, it pops. Overall, we're looking at 5.94 inches with a blade of 2.9. Now, it's my understanding they have one with a 2-inch blade, and in the future they'll come out with an automatic of this full immunity. And as one guy put it, well, you call it a full immunity. I mean, it's not really that full. He would expect a full immunity to be like a 4-inch blade, which I agree. Add another 2 inches to that bad boy. Okay? This is an M4 steel. Now, some people say that's pretty spiffy. Right here you have a finger choil. It's kind of a finger choil, but I wouldn't use it as one because you're going to cut your finger. So I would say it's more of a sharpening choil. I think these people are like, okay, is it a finger choil or is it a sharpening choil? Well, if it's large enough to fit your finger in there without cutting yourself, then it's a finger choil. If it's not, then it's a sharpening choil. And I think they kind of try to get the best of both worlds. And, yeah. Thickness of the blade is 0.9. And for steel, Wharncliffe, we're told that the finish is a Cherokee, whatever, cocoa. Load that cocoa. Load the cocoa. Right or left hand tip up, I told you that the scales are aluminum. They're aluminum and they're spiffy. They are spiffy. It comes with a little lanyard, a little loop, a little knot, a bead. Some people, these people, and another knot, and it's not really, they're knots. Like Knott's Berry Farm, for those people from California. You have blue aluminum spacers. You have steel spacers in there. These are the little things that you're paying for. Nice proprietary pivot screw. Looks great. You know, 270 is a lot. But the more I handle it, the more I'm like, okay, I see the quality. I like it. They did good for a small little unassuming blade that could like rip a person a new asshole. Love that Wharncliffe. Yeah, and the jimping is spot on. It's where it's supposed to be. Just where it's supposed to be and nowhere else. No blaring logos. You got a little Benchmade butterfly right there. Is that a butterfly? I think it's a butterfly. Surely it's not an eagle. And no, yes, I called you Shirley. M4, okay. And the coating is a little rough, and that's okay too. You got a thumb stud on both sides. Ah, there I go, trying to treat it like it's a liner lock or a frame lock. Or, yeah, one of those. It needs a little breaking in. It's brand new. But I love these axis locks because you can open and close it with one hand. So you open and close it, and you open it, and and you know, and then you got to turn around and you want to cut something. Then you just close it with the same hand. And you open it up, and if you want to stab something, then you can like undo it and close it with one hand. Yes, pretty neat, huh? I think so. So, and you got grooves right here. You got some like the finish. Finish reminds me of that, you know, on the steel chrome toolboxes that people have in the back of their truck. You know, or bumpers with the diamond pattern on it. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 screws holding this all together. Small little pocket knife. Could fit in your fifth pocket. Could fit in just a regular pocket, or you know. But it's cool. It fits in my hand. It fits good. And yeah, if I hold it just right here, then my little finger, you know, slips over the edge a little bit, but that's okay. I slip over the edge a lot. It grows on me. It's grown on me. How deep carry is that pocket clip? Well, let's break out these shorts that are sitting here. Somewhere. Where's the pocket? There's the pocket. Let's break out these shorts. Go away, fly. You know, this guy the other day, he said he was cutting a flying tennis ball. I couldn't help myself. I wrote, tennis balls don't fly. They don't. They work on the propulsion of like an air gun or you know, somebody throwing it or a tennis racket hitting it, but they don't fly. They don't have wings. Yeah. Anyway, I have issues. So there's the yeah, it's just a little bit hanging out of the pocket. And that's good, and that's where this little dealy bob will come in. So, that's the story behind this knife. Did it cost too much? Well, at first, yeah. And then that was mostly like, I was like, at first I was like, well, I just got screwed. See, the problem is if I go to contest it, it says, you know, it was delivered to me. Well, it was, but it wasn't. So I'm glad it worked out because I sure don't want any headaches or have to go with red tape. And I told Jordan that from DLT, and he agreed. Neither of us do. All right, so let's see, sharpness. Now this paper is super damp right now. So that'll be a testament to how sharp this bad boy is. I mean, it is just, again, it rained, it's humid, bugs out. Oh, what the fuck you gonna do, Osborne Cox? Here's a little bit of hair right here. There. Cool beans. Did good. Come on, backwards, upside down. Yeah. All right. Now, since a lot of people use the Delica to show, oh, here it is compared to the Delica, and I guess that's because a lot of people have the Delica. It's not an overly, the blade wise, they're about the same size blade wise. The Delica has a larger handle. But here it is against the Freak. Still a little small. Oops. Here it is against the Griptilian. What the hell is this? I don't know. I think it was a Griptilian. Something like that. Which, yeah, this Griptilian dwarfs it. Osborne. Mini Osborne. Yeah, about the same size. Bug out. Larger Osborne. Now, I may be getting some of these messed up because I do. I can't remember the name of these fucking knives half the time. I can't remember if I should zoom out or zoom in. What do you want from me? That's what I told this other guy, you know. I says, do your own channel. Make a video. He didn't have any. I said, you know, make your own video. Do your own channel. Shut up, leave me alone. I don't fucking want to hear it. Alright, on that note, I have to go now. I'm terribly busy. Thanks for joining me. It's always been a fucking pleasure. We'll see you. Gotta go. Very busy. Thanks for joining me. It's always been a fucking pleasure. Didn't I tell you that? Deja vu. Deja vu? What did you see? I saw a cat. And then later at that, I got issues.